These overalls give me diaper butt. God damn it. I forgot I pressed record.
Alright, well, hi. Welcome to Talk Comics to Me. If you're watching on Instagram, you got a real good treat there. I am Champ Champenstein.
And I am a failure.
It happens to the best of us. I would say I'm also a failure, but I'm here with you, so I think that's just like winning in general.
It's you can't have one without the other.
I mean,
I ain't never seen two best friends who weren't failures.
Just the gruesome twosome, but... Okay, so we're gonna talk comics. We actually had, like, nothing in common this week. So
you're in for another real treat.
Yeah, you're in for a free-for-all. So, and we haven't really discussed any of our comics together, so Who knows what we're gonna say today. Let's start.
Let's get lit.
Let's go. So this is Chained to the Grave. This is issue number 1. This is about a man who is brought back from the dead, and he is chained to the grave.
Drags around his cute little tombstone. I love that part of it. I thought it was funny.
I don't know how I felt about this book either.
I don't either.
I really loved the art. Mm-hmm. The story was like enjoyable and like silly, but not really. Mm-hmm. I honestly, I don't know what to feel.
I have no idea, because every time I saw the man, Roy.
Yeah.
Every time I saw him, I was like, oh, he kind of looks like what Elvis would look like. If, you know.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I got, like, weird rockabilly vibes from this, and I didn't like that. It was
but
like...
I can see what you're saying.
It was weird. The art, yes, is incredible.
The art and colors are just, like, gorgeous. I had fun. Like, I had fun.
It was very strange, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to read more issues to see what happens. Like, I liked his kids. I liked the one, like, lady who saved him. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. It's just, like, there's something about it that's intriguing for sure.
They give you very little clues as to, like, where and when this takes place. Like, they say it's the South. Mm-hmm. But it's like, okay, you've seen the monsters that are in this. What kind of world is this set in? Like, they made it seem like it was just a normal-ass thing. Like, this happened. And then all of a sudden, like, there's a big butt lion, like, running around everywhere with a green horse.
Yeah, but I mean, he's come back from the dead with a grave attached to him, so... Right.
And what's funny is, like, that to me, I was like, that's normal. I didn't question that part at all. It was just the animals.
And honestly, for me, I think I forgot... Because this book was supposed to come out a while ago. Mm-hmm. So I completely forgot what the solicit for it was or what this book was about. So I don't know what I was expecting going in, but definitely was not that.
Yeah, I remember reading the solicit, but I must have read it wrong because I thought it was something completely different. But I mean, that's not like a bad thing.
Yeah, no, I was like, because I feel like I remember reading the solicit and I was like, yeah, I'm going to read this. Mm-hmm. And then when I was reading it, I was like, what was that? What did it say and how did I get here?
That was me too. Even when I was looking to see what I was getting this week, I'd seen it and I was like, I wouldn't have gotten that. And then I kept scrolling and I was like, wait a minute. I remember there was like a handful of comics that we were supposed to get already that haven't come out yet. And that was, one of them. So I just brushed it off like, oh, it's never going to come out. Like the 100 Wolves or something like that. Never going to come out. And now it's out and I have to deal with it.
Here's the consequences of your actions.
They happen.
All right, you go ahead.
Okay. I have Luna. This is issue number 1. This is a Maria Lovett joint.
Yoint.
Sorry. It's a classic story of, fucking and
blood.
Blood, yeah, and magic. But it's like weird because it's set during I assume what is the 60s. It's really strange, like doing a bunch of drugs, like hanging out.
All right.
At a cult that I assume is very similar to the one that Charles Manson was running. But anyway, so she gets in a car accident and falls unconscious, and when she wakes up, she's in this place. I can't remember what the place is called. But it's like where the cult is, and they're like, well, you know, your car is totaled, but you can stay here as long as you need, like, we'll help you. But the people in this cult, they don't refer to it as a cult, but I know that it's leading there, so I'm referring to it as a cult.
Yeah, I think it says it straight up when you're learning about what this book is about. In the solicit, once again.
So she's staying there, and she's getting to know people, but one of the only rules is, like, you can't go into the cave, but you can leave, like, offerings and shit outside of it.
So she goes into the cave?
Not in this one. I mean, I feel like she's going to, because while all of this is happening, she's, like, seeing things through someone else's perspective.
Okay.
And it kind of gives, like, a hint, like, right there.
Okay.
And then, yeah, like, it just gives you pieces of it. And they don't obviously show where, but it's like, oh, obviously that's in the cave.
Yeah.
And that's why they're not allowed there. But I don't know. I like all of her stories, so I really enjoyed this one. I just love her art so much.
Yeah, her art is really great.
There's like a few pages that I had to, they have a lot of words like this one. Oh my God. But I had to stop and like look at everything that was going really on pretty. Here. But yeah, I don't know. It's like Faithless, but also very different. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you like that.
Yeah. Is it like Heartbeat? I mean, Heartbeat's a completely different idea, like more vampire.
Yeah, it's, you know, kids biting each other and killing each other and fucking. No, this is different. This is more, I
just, like, I really like her work. I just don't feel like, I mean, her stories are just not
They're strange.
bag.
They're very, very strange. But I don't know, I just kind of like how it's very fragmented, almost. Like, you don't get the whole picture until the very end, and then it all makes sense. Like, normally I don't like that kind of stuff, but I think just because it's her and, like, her art, it's fine with me. I'm like, okay, I'll take, like, pieces of this as it comes, but...
I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I have 1 million tiny fires. I keep trying to call this, like, 1 million tiny pieces or something. But 1 million tiny fires. This is another Silver Sprocket book. This is by Ashley Robin Franklin. This is very gay.
It's super... That was honestly, like, the only reason I added it.
This is extremely queer. There is a lot of nudity in it, which is cool. I had a great time. This book is... And also very weird. This book is incredibly strange. It was... you know, a combination of two of my favorite things. I don't want to, like, really go into it too deep just because you have not had a chance to, like, read it or finish it. But, I mean, it's, even in its weirdness and, like, everything, you get the idea that it's kind of just about, like, relationships and how people can grow apart and just, like, a lot of other things.
I sensed a lot of resentment when I read the first few pages.
Yeah, there is a lot of, like... I don't know, it's easy, I think it's easy to, you know, lose sight of, like, partnerships.
Mm-hmm. And why you're doing it.
Yeah. And it seems like they easily very much did that sort of thing. And that when things started to come, I guess not back to normal, but in a way that seemed, like, comfortable, one of the characters was just, like, willing to overlook the weirdness of that just for the comfort.
Sucks. I don't know what else to say about that.
I mean,
I get it, but you don't have to.
It's a weird book. I liked it. I had a good time. Art's really great. Like, I really like the black and white and just, like, the line work and stuff.
The cover is incredible.
Yeah, and the cover is really great. I could look at it every day, all day.
It's pretty.
Okay,
I was going to flip through this real quick because I don't remember what happens in this. This is King in Black, Return of the Valkyries. Hold on, I have to figure out what her name is because I cannot remember. So, Jane and the Sentry were attacked by a headless celestial full of trapped souls on their way to the afterlife. So, she is trying to save his soul, but she's trying to help or get other people to help her because she obviously can't do it by herself. So they don't give her a name? Okay, cool. I was like, did I miss it? No. The new old Valkyrie that was introduced in the last issue is on her own little quest to retrieve her axe. I think it's her ex. I almost said hammer, but I was like, no, that can't be right. Her ex. She's great. I love her. But it's just a Thor story, essentially, within this King in Black universe. I don't know anything about King in Black, but I just know some of these characters, which is why I got it. It's also Jason Aaron, but this one was really good. I really like the narration in it. Oh my god. I'm parched. It's good. It's good, though. So if you're reading any of the King in Blacks, I would suggest that over any of the other ones.
All right.
I don't know.
Fair. Well, I guess you do have that other Marauders, King in Black. Mm-hmm. So now I have a book by our bestest friend.
Our best friend.
Chap Zangdarsky. And the artist is Jason Liu. This is called Afterlift. This is...
I thought I had gotten that.
Well...
I didn't, but I thought I did.
It's really, really good. I would really, really suggest it. It did, like I said to you, got me a little misty-eyed and weepy. Just like, I know Chip does something with stories sometimes. I mean, I feel like this happened even with White Trees. You're just kind of having a good time reading a book, and like there's like other like there are definitely themes within it that are more heavy within their tones, but it's just like little glimpses of that. And then at the end, he's just like, hey, let me just, like, punch your heart out and just, like, look at it. And it's like, cool, Chip, thanks. I did not want to cry at work, but here I am. Like,
I, unfortunately, understand that feeling 100%. I read, oh, my God, now I can't remember what it's called. What did we do that whole episode on?
Oh, Day Tripper.
Day Tripper. I was like, why can't I think of it? Anyway, I finished that at work and cried, like, for an hour. Like, had to go into the back room because I was sobbing.
Yeah, no, didn't cry that hard. But this is about a Lyft driver, is the best way to describe it, who ends up with a demon escorting somebody to hell. And
that's cool.
Other demons are, like, coming after them, but that's, like, literally the basis of what it is, because there is a lot going on in there. It's a really good book. Honestly, the art is really, really great. The story is really good. I mean, I expected to enjoy this, but I did not expect to enjoy it this much. Mm-hmm. This did actually come out during COVID, or, like, around that time, digitally. And won an Eisner.
Oh, that.
And so then this is actually the collected of that. So
that makes more sense. I was like, I'd heard it before. Maybe that's why I recognized the name and was like, I thought I ordered that. But,
yeah. But I highly suggest this. I would hit up your local comic shop and like order it or whatever, because it's good. I had a real good time.
Do we have any extra copies of it? Okay.
Nope. Okay. PJ picked up the other one.
Okay. Of course he did.
He usually does pick up those.
Okay. I have Resonant. This is issue number 7. Little boy Ty rejoins the family in the house only to tell them that the weird church that he was staying at directed the bad people to their place because it's just a place to live. So they have to pack up all their stuff and leave. Ty's girlfriend, I don't know, or his wife, sorry, it's a weird thing because of the church, shows up on a horse and is like, yeah, let's get out of here. And then a wave hits and Ty ends up killing someone and has to live with it. Meanwhile, the dad just getting off of the island where that guy was hunting all of them. They have a boat now, so they're leaving, but there's a big storm. And then when the wave hits, it destroys them. So you're kind of left, like, not knowing whether or not they're alive. Because that's the dog that was on the boat with them.
All right.
So it's still very interesting. I feel like it's going to be wrapping up soon.
I was going to say, that sounds like or it's one of those things where it could go on for...
Yeah. Well, because now they're, like, traveling to their mom's house, who has never been mentioned before. So we don't know, like, what her story is and stuff. And so there's a lot of things that they could still do to it, but I don't know. They could end it in, like, the next couple issues and it would still be, like, a really good story.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I have Future State, Wonder Woman. This is issue number 2. This wraps this up. And Yara Flor is just trying to save one of her fellow sisters from hell. Art in this book is really great. I guess they are continuing her story in a Wonder Girl book. I did see a tweet about her being from Idaho, though. So I don't know about that when she's supposed to be, like, she's Brazilian, which, you know, doesn't mean she can't be from Idaho, but wouldn't it just be, like, that much better if she just was, you know, from Brazil? Anyway, what do I know? I'm no writer. I did really enjoy, like, the book as a whole. Like, I really like Yara and her character because it was a lot of fun, but also, like, feeling the weight of her trying to save somebody that meant a lot to her and failing was, like, an interesting sort of thing to see. It was really nice how, like, they did it in a couple issues. Yeah.
That's so good. I do need to read this, you know? I might enjoy this. I was like, that was a drastic art change, but it's a different story at the end, so.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, sorry. This is the Cimmerian, the Frost Giant's daughter. This is issue 3. This is the last one of this little part. The goddess thinks that she's defeated Conan, but he can never be defeated, so he gets up and chases her through the snow, like drags himself because he wants to kill her, which I thought was really funny.
Yeah.
Because she's like telling him, stop, no, like, I'm a goddess, stop this, and he's still just dragging himself, and then he manages to
Yeah.
He angers someone, her dad, I believe. That's what I'm led to believe anyway. And he is okay, and then he leaves, and when he is found by his people who he had gotten separated from. Finds out that he thought he had been out for 2 days, but it had only been, like, since that morning. So he doesn't know whether or not anything that happened was actually real. Yeah.
Interesting. Cool.
But I really enjoyed this one a whole lot. There's, of course, a next part coming up, but I don't know. I've been really enjoying these, but
Yeah.
I don't feel like all of them are necessary. So I might check out the next one. Who knows?
All right. Yeah, no, I get that. This is Swamp Thing. This is issue number 2. This also wraps up this little story where Swamp Thing has been looking for humans. He found humans. He's trying to save them from something bigger that's happening, and kind of just, like, has to sacrifice everything to help the humans live. Very Swamp Thing sort of
Sad the whole time.
Yeah, deal. But then this, I don't know, they are doing a Swamp Thing series after this, and I am getting that, so I'm excited.
Is it, like, following up what happens in here?
Honestly, did not look at that.
Okay. Because I do remember seeing that, but I didn't know, like, any of the new series that are coming out, if they relate to the Future State ones at all.
Yeah, I'm assuming some of them do, and I would almost think that they can definitely tie in whatever they're doing, like, from this to the next story, because it makes sense, so.
Because I know that's what they're doing with Dark Detective. The story is finished in Detective, like, 1034 or something like that. I don't know. It's possible. Not a big DC person, so I just don't know how this works.
Yeah, I mean, and it's not like they really gave us any sort of indication on any of that, so.
Yeah, that's true. They were saving that.
Yeah, 10.
Okay, this is my last one.
I got a few more. It's okay.
Okay, this is the King in Black Marauders. Our cute little Marauders are on their way to New York to save Storm and Cyclops, who have been taken over. It's weird. They get distracted on the way there by a ship who sends out, like, an SOS call because it's sinking. They save some people from it, and then they find out there's more to it than that. And Magneto plays a good guy, for the humans
Weird.
in return for a favor. A very easy favor, but a favor nonetheless. Yeah. I don't know. There's a really cute conversation between Emma and Magneto, and then the conversation that Magneto has with the human is very cute too. So I think this is the only one. I'm not sure, honestly. I didn't even look. I don't remember ordering it. Is it just because I have Marauders?
No, it was on your special orders.
Must have ordered at the same time I did the other history of the DC universe. Who knows? I don't.
All right, so next I have The Dreaming Waking Hours. This is issue number 7. So Heather is dealing with the cut she got from Puck, and I missed this in all of these issues of The Dreaming. Heather is a transgender woman.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
There are several scenes where they allude to that with the drugs she has to take, estradiol, I believe is what it is. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. Do not mean to.
I can't pronounce a lot of prescription names, to be honest.
So she is in the hospital. There was a turf nurse who would not let her have her meds. So
I thought you were going to say turf war.
I mean, basically.
There was a turf war.
Okay. So the other nurse is going to Heather's house to try to find her meds or get her meds. Her boyfriend is looking for her. She calls this raven and asks the raven to look for her, like, protection amulet. There's a lot of stuff going on. And then Ruin is also just like, I'm looking for this boy that I saw in, like, The Dreaming.
I need the boy.
This is why I'm here. Art is still really great. One of my favorite parts is the nurse, as she's going to look for the meds, she's like I think he says a truth seer or something like this.
True sight.
True sight, yeah. So she can see, like, what Ruin and this angel actually look like, and not, like, their human form that everybody else sees, which I thought was really, really cool.
I do like that.
Yeah, it was really fun. So yeah, this book is so much fun. I like it so much. It's one of those things where I usually put off reading it, not on purpose, but just because it's like, whatever. And then every time I read it, I'm like, I fucking love this book. Mm-hmm. Like, Nick Robles' art on that first, like, run or first part of the story arc was really, really great. And then, what is this, Javier Rodriguez? Yeah, it, like, his art just fits so well, and just the colors and everything are just so beautiful.
He's really good at faces.
Yeah, and I think, too, like, with the way the story is, like, being about Puck and being a little more about, like, fairies and like a fairy world, it fits just with, like, the colors and, like, the way his art style works, too. Oh, really great. I would highly, highly suggest it. Don't have to know anything about the Sandman universe or The Dreaming. I mean, it kind of just, like, fills in the blanks. I'm sure knowing that information is helpful.
Right.
But it still does the work. And now, sorry everybody, I have Far Sector. This is issue number 10. I actually did not read this. I want to go back and read the other issues again, just because feels like it's been a couple months. Maybe it hasn't been that long.
I feel like it has been, because when it came out yesterday,
Tuesday.
Technically, yeah. When it came out, I couldn't remember when I had seen one last.
Yeah, and it's just like, when I read the last issue, I felt like it had been such a long time, too, that I was still, like, a little sketchy on the story. So I would like to go back and, like, reread all of the issues and get it as a whole, because I do really love this story, and I think it does, like, pace itself really well. And the art is really great, too. So, and by N.K. Jemisin, who I love.
I know.
I just love. I cannot say enough good things, but I won't do it. I'll just continue on now, which is another reason why I want to catch up on this and, like, reread. It's just because now I'm like, oh, I think I have a better idea of, like, her voice too. And so next I have Fear Case. You can't really see the title, which does not matter. This is issue number 1. This is by Matt Kint and Tyler and Hilary Jenkins. Tyler and Hilary Jenkins did King of Nowhere with William W. God, W. Maxwell Price.
Yes.
Prince.
Prince, yes.
Why do these people have such wild-ass names?
Just make it easy.
Make it easy on me. So I really love, like, Tyler does the pencils, and then Hillary does the colors for it. But this is a story about, I think it's in, like, Constantine, where there's that spear or whatever that's, like, bad things follow it everywhere. Mm-hmm. So this is just, like, a briefcase sort of thing, where, like, bad things follow it everywhere. And basically these detectives, are trying to find the case, and everybody who works on the case seemingly, like, loses it, is, like, what they're alluding to. And so the partners you're following only have, like, 2 more weeks or 3 more weeks left to find the case. Mm-hmm. And they're, like, the closest of anyone's ever been. So it, like, kind of shows you where they start, and then it shows, like, kind of fast forward and shows you talking to another couple of shows them talking to another couple of detectives about, like, what the case they're working on is, and if, like, they fail, then it'll go to them, sort of thing. So
it's like me with the Hellraiser box.
Yeah. I don't know. I really liked it. I really, really liked this first issue. I mean, the idea of this case is kind of, like, I don't know, played out a little bit.
Right.
Like, it exists. But I do like the way they kind of came at it. And I am excited to, like, the character development was really well, like, within this first issue. And I'm really excited to just see what this case does, what these detectives do. And, I'm a sucker for a good detective story.
Mm-hmm. It's funny, like, how big of a difference, like, a good writer makes on a story or a situation that has been told, like, a million times before.
Oh, for sure. And, like I said, I really like the art, too. So, that really plays into it quite a bit. I feel like it has that, like, kind of Department of Truth vibe in itself, but not really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the way it feels is, like, that same kind of, like, grittiness and, like, underground, like, business.
Dirty.
But, yeah, I would also suggest this book.
Okay.
I had a good time.
I'll have to check it out. I don't know why I didn't get it.
Yeah, this was one I, like, thought you would have gotten. But, I mean, also, I wouldn't say you would dislike it, but I wouldn't say it would probably be your favorite thing.
Right. I don't know, maybe I was just, like, I went back a couple times and was like, meh, I'm still on it.
Yeah, and I think this was actually a book I did go back and forth on a couple times, but then finally in the end, I just, decided I knew I'd like the art. I usually will give a Matt Kindt book a try, because I, most of the time, like his books. And even if I don't, like, if it's, like, a mid-grade book to me, I still enjoy it. Like,
right.
Like Bang. I was just like...
Oh, yeah. I was about to ask, what other things has he written?
Like in Black Badge.
Okay. I didn't read either of those. I was like, have I read anything by him? Yeah. I don't think so.
And I can't, like, I think those are the ones, I feel like there's more of his I've read, but those are the ones I can, like, easily think off the top of my head. And those are 2 where, yeah, I loved Black Badge. And then Bang, for me, was just, like, I enjoyed it.
It was just entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining.
Okay.
Didn't need more.
I'll have to look up some of his work, because I feel like I have read something by him, and that's just going to bother me now.
All right, and so now that is Thursday. We did it. We didn't really, like, talk about it. We just talked about comics.
We just got straight to the point today.
We're
just
doing
ready
great.
For the week to be over.
So anyway, go support your local comic book shops. Go support your friends. I don't know. Libraries, local artists, local creators, throw poor people your money.
Do what you gotta do.
All right, so we love you. Goodbye.
Bye.